friends, welcome back to The Minimalist Mama. I'm Emily and today we're doing part 2 of our Simply Christmas Intentional Journaling series. If you're just finding this series, there's a link in the description below to download your free worksheet, and you'll also get an email with a link to the previous video that goes with it, or it's here on my channel too. Each week for 3 weeks, we're taking a little virtual retreat for ourselves, and just you and me are hanging out together with our mugs of hot chocolate and definitely coffee, and we're just filling out these worksheets together to bring some intentionality to this Christmas season. It's gonna look a lot different for a lot of us this year, and this is just really helping us focus on what matters most and what things we need to focus on and prioritize and what to let go, which is going to be a big focus of this session today. So I hope you're ready to dive in. Cheers. I hope I don't have hot chocolate on my face. So today, our first question, let's think about January 1st, 2021. 2020 will be over. Can't wait for this year to be over. But back to the worksheets. Today's question asks, on January 1st, how do you want to feel? So I've always struggled to answer questions like, where do you want to be in 5 years? Or what are your 10-year goals? Because I really don't know. Like, my life has changed so much. Every few years it feels like I go through some massive change that I could not have predicted. So it's really hard for me to say what I want to have accomplished in that amount of time. And also, I feel like sometimes we can get really hung up on our lists of what we want to do without really thinking about the results or consequences of those. When we get caught up on a list of what we want to do or accomplish, then we're not taking into consideration whether or not those things are going to result in what we really want. So we might think we want to lose 10 pounds by January 1st. But how is losing 10 pounds by January 1st going to make you feel any different from how you feel now? If you don't love and accept yourself now, is that going to be different by losing weight? Or are you going to have other struggles then that you have to accept about yourself also? There's so many things like that. Like, if you can't feel it now, how is the accomplishing your goal gonna get you there? If I focus on what's gonna help me feel content, creatively fulfilled, and confident, then no matter what I end up doing in the next few years, as long as it's leading me toward that end result that I really want, then it's fine. So instead of focusing on what things you want to have done by January 1st, I want you to think about how you want to feel January 1st. You could get everything crossed off your list, but feel stressed out and burnt out January 1st. And ultimately, that's not what we want. When you wake up on day 1 of the new year, how do you want to feel? Probably not hungover, burnt out, stressed, exhausted from stretching yourself too thin for the last 2 months. Probably you want to feel something more like motivated, excited for a fresh day, feeling at ease because you've planned for this day, you're grateful for the blessings of the last year. Take some extra time if you need to really think this one through. How do you want to feel physically, spiritually, and mentally on January 1st? Next question. What do you want to remember about this Christmas in 5 years or in 10 years? So, like we were saying, sometimes it's really hard for me to imagine or visualize where I want to be in 5 years or 10 years, or to set goals that far. But look at your calendar and look at those to-do lists that we created last week. How many of those things will you actually remember in 5 years? Or in 10 years? What things on there do you think your kids will remember? Are you spending your time, energy, and money on those things that are really gonna matter in the future? So many of the things that stress us out, that keep us on that hamster wheel, really don't matter in the long term. When we're thinking 5 years or even 10 years, so many of those things we get so worked up about and stressed about right now really aren't gonna matter. When we allow ourselves to take that perspective and be really honest, it can be really freeing. What can you do this Christmas that's gonna stand the test of time? Go ahead and write that in your journal. Now we're gonna talk about letting it go. Let it go, let it go. Now look at your lists. What can you let go of? What is no longer serving you? Go ahead and cross those things out. So you've put in the hard work, you've gotten clear about what you want to remember in 5 years or more, and you're clear about how you really want to feel January 1st. You know what you want to do, you know what you definitely don't want to do. So now we're going to go through those brain dumps that we did last week, and we're going to cross off the things that are no longer serving us or things we can definitely let go of. We're gonna cross off anything that's not working towards how we want to feel January 1st. Maybe some things are really hard for you to let go of because you've always done them. Maybe you're afraid that if you stop doing it, it's gonna fall apart. Like if you stop planning the annual Christmas party, the party's not gonna get planned, or it's gonna be planned poorly and it's gonna be terrible. Or if you stop organizing the Christmas pageant, it's gonna be terrible. Or if you stop buying a million Christmas presents for everyone in the world, then I don't know, things are just gonna fall apart. Listen to me on this. You have to let that go. Consider this your permission. I'm giving you permission to change. You do not have to hold everything together. You have permission to start new traditions. You have permission to let go of control. And maybe in doing so, you're actually going to let other people grow and learn through the experience of picking up the slack that you used to always take care of. So go ahead and pause and work through that, and work through those to-do lists, crossing off the things that no longer serve you or bring you joy. Next question, we're gonna KonMari this to-do list some more. What sparks joy? What from your list will result in the way you want to feel January 1st? Unless you've been living, I don't know, somewhere without internet for the last several years, you've heard of Marie Kondo and sparking joy. Sparking joy, according to her, is when you feel that little ping inside of you that is your gut or your intuition that is telling you when to hang on to something when you're decluttering. It's something that you feel when you're touching the item that you really and truly love. So that spark means it's a definite keeper. So today we're gonna apply this to your to-do lists and the brain dumps that you did. So circle the top 5 things that bring you joy, that you truly feel that spark of joy and excitement about. They should all be the things that are directly contributing to how you want to feel January 1st. Whether that's peaceful or excited or rested or fulfilled or happy or whatever it is. They should all be contributing to that. And they should also be directly contributing to the Christmas memories that you want to create that are going to stand the test of time. You're going to star your favorite of those items. And look at your calendar. Where does this starred item show up on your calendar? In your budget, in your time? Are you dedicating enough space for it? Go ahead and pause and then go through and circle and star those items. Next question, question number 9, is the secret to success. What can you delegate? Who can you ask for help or hire to help? Mark all of those items with an arrow. The secret to a stress-free Christmas lies mainly in your ability to say no to the wrong things for you, and secondly, your ability to outsource. We all know this, but there's only 24 hours in a day. We all know that nobody does it all. We all know that the people who look like they're doing it all have a lot of help. If you didn't know that, now you do. For example, as much as I love cleaning as a stress reliever, I also love even more having somebody else do it for me. I really don't enjoy spending every weekend cleaning the house from top to bottom. So in the past, I want to say last Christmas and the Christmas before, I actually hired another local mom who has a cleaning business to come and clean my house for like every other weekend, I think. She would come over and clean and do laundry, and it was seriously the best Christmas present that I've ever had. It was the best investment in my mental and emotional health those years that I could have made. And it also really benefited my marriage because I wasn't as stressed out about things being clean and laundry being done, and I wasn't nagging Brian about helping me all the time. We just paid someone else to do it, and in so doing we blessed their family with the finances, and it was really kind of a win-win. There might be things on your list that you can hire out or streamline by paying somebody else to do it, or paying for a service to do it. You can pay someone to put up Christmas lights. You can pay someone to remove your snow. These are things you can do, and maybe if you really look at your budget, it's worth cutting some other areas out to make that happen. It might not be possible for you this year, and that's okay too. There's some other ways we can get creative about delegating and asking for help. For example, maybe you have a friend who really loves to bake and they'd be willing to bake an extra dozen cookies for you to take to the cookie swap or the bake sale in exchange for you taking care of picking up their groceries. Maybe you have a really stylish friend who would be willing to pick out your outfit or shop for you for that Christmas party, or even let you borrow one of their outfits. And in exchange, you could help do her laundry or help her with her Christmas shopping. Maybe you could swap babysitting with another mom so that you can watch her kids while she goes out and does her Christmas shopping and wrapping. She can watch your kids while you go out and do the same. With a friend, you can make double batches of your dinner one night, so then you can take each other the other half, so then you don't have to cook dinner the next night. There's so many creative ways you can delegate and ask for help. Look through the things on your list that are left and see what some of those things that you could consider delegating are. Pause and go through and make those arrows. Is asking for help hard for you too? It's a major struggle for me, I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to be rejected, so I don't even ask. Most of the time, I've learned though that someone else's no or saying no to my request has nothing to do with me. I'm really interested to hear what creative ways you've come up with to outsource or delegate or swap help with other people are. So leave a comment down below if you've come up with a creative way to do this and delegate or outsource some things. I'd really love to hear your ideas. Okay, last question. You ready for this? This is the $1 million question. What are you willing to change to get the Christmas that you want? I'm just gonna let that sit for a minute. Here's the thing. By now, you've probably come up against some ingrained habits or traditions or beliefs or ways of thinking that aren't helping you, and they're gonna put up some resistance because it makes you feel wanted and needed, but really you just need a rest this Christmas. Maybe you're the giver and you're afraid of how people will react if you set boundaries around what you really need this year. Maybe you're afraid that no one else can do it right, or you're really afraid of missing out or being left out. Maybe a scarcity mindset keeps popping up and saying, that works great for other people, but I don't have enough money or time or friends for my ideal Christmas to be reality. Here's the thing. If you want to get out of the hamster wheel of holiday drama and stress, you have to be willing to make a change. You can't keep doing what you've always done. So how much do you really want it? How much do you really want a change this Christmas? Not meeting someone else's expectations of you? Enough to rearrange your budget? Enough to say no to more demands on your time? Only you can answer. So go ahead and pause and take that to your journal now. Okay, friends. What fear is really at the root of the resistance that you feel to changing? What are you willing to change to get the Christmas that you really want? I'd really love to hear your thoughts and be able to encourage and support you. So leave a comment down below. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that bell notification so you don't miss the next and final video of this series of Simply Christmas and the last video of this lovely little retreat that we've had together. I'll see you next time.